Here we are. I think this is going to be the day where I finish up the troll. I did a couple things. I think I'm going to wait till this pops in like I always say, but I did a couple little things while I was off camera. I took that, when I did the basing the other day with the Vallejo, where's the label? Vallejo Thick Mud. It's just 2 red browns. So what I did, I was planning on kind of doing it anyway, but I did a wash of Agrax Earth shade on there before I add the grass stuff. I did not like that I kept. I just dropped I did not like. It was still kept getting a sheen on the wood after some things. So I just threw some dull coat through my airbrush and sprayed that and got that. And there was a little sheen, a weird sheen in there, and some still on the cloth. So I knocked that back a bit. And even on the base a little and on its foot, it looked a little too shiny. So there's the back. That's what it's looking like. So today is basically just a little bit of touch-up here and there. And I really like the way the ankle bracelet kind of turned out. I like how this the man trap turned out on his foot. I'm going to add some grass to that as I go here today. And this looks okay, that looks okay. There's a couple, I think I want to darken around the scales on this back a little. But other than that, I think it's pretty close to being done. So let's start with that. I think, I gotta do this. Okay. So I think to start, let me get some stuff out of the way and grab some things I thought I had over here. I am going to do the base because that'll have time to dry then while I'm working on some things here. So what I'm going to use is just some Gorilla Glue I'm going to put a little in a cup. And I'm going to do I have a crappy brush? Yes. I'm going to get a crappy brush. And I'm going to get some flocking stuff that I ordered. So I got some Army Painter grass, different colors. I got an ash and this battleground from before, but I also had, come on, why is it stuck? And I also got a moss green. I think the moss green is a little too green for what I'm going. Well, if I were going to do like an AstroTurf kind of thing, that's what I was going to do. So I was thinking of maybe mixing the two together. But I'm going to start with just the grass green on the base. Also, so what I'm going to do is take some of the Gorilla Glue, just like a squirt of it, not a whole lot. And I'm going to do about that much. Okay? Actually, I'm going to do it over here. I'm going to do about this much. All right? And I'm sure people have done this a million times. So I'm going to take a pipette. Just hit my head on the way. Take a pipette. Just get a little bit of water. I'm going to stir that up. Let's see if that's enough glue and enough water. It's a little too much water versus glue. So I'm going to pour a little bit into there. I'll put another little squirt. That should be good. I almost want it to be almost like a milk consistency. And this is going to dry mostly clear. And let's see. Let's take some of this and I'm just going to brush it kind of all on here. I'm going to wipe it off his claws. A second, because I don't want to. So I'm just going to do that. All right. I'll throw that in there. Now I'm going to get just a little tray so I don't waste anything. Trying to be on a diet and having little plastic trays and things is always a great. I always save them because I know I'm going to use them. See how this opens up. So I do this so that I can save stuff because it's expensive. And let's see. So now that that's on there, I am just going to take, don't want to spill it. I'm just going to take some pinches and sprinkle it on around there. Shake it off. Probably still going to do a wash over this maybe. Let's see what it looks like when we're done. Now you might be saying, well, why did you do all that brown underneath? Because I want it to look like in some of those bare spots so that it looks like there is some earth under there. I'm just going to kind of tap it down. Maybe rub a little off here and there. And yeah, let me save that. Let me grab some of that moss green. That looks okay. It's not great. I'm going to paint like a white stripe on there too. I don't want to use a lot of this because this looks too ridiculous almost in my opinion. But do the same thing. Get a little bit of that glue mix. Tap it or let it soak in a little. Kind of move it around. Just a little of this. I don't want a lot. Yeah. Like that. Now, like I said, I want to get off some of the stuff on the nails. So I'm just going to take that brush, kind of peel away some of that. I'll let it dry and I'll see what it looks like, but I think that's going to be okay. And it's an easy, quick for all my Blood Bowl guys, and I'll do like I said, I'm going to do a wash over that. I'm going to try and get all the Blood Bowl teams to kind of match that, so they're kind of like a generic, just kind of grass look to them. So I'm going to get the lid on this before I spill it. And yeah, one of the things I learned early on, and pretty smart guy said it. He said, paint everything. David Fisher said that. And it's true. You can leave this grass and it'll be fine. But I'm going to throw that little bit of that Agrax, like thin down, just to kind of take some of that clean look off of it. But here I'm just taking some of the grass and dipping it in there and building it up in just a little few areas. So it looks like that. Okay. So we'll move this out of the way so that the next step doesn't go flying. I'm going to clean this brush so it doesn't get ruined. And I'm going to repeat again. This stuff is great. This Chameleon Mexican coffee. Oh, man. So, I'm going to hit this with a hairdryer. I'm low so it doesn't all go flying off of me. And it kind of helps any of those loose bits will kind of go away. But there's just not much left to do here. There's a couple little things. I see a spot I want to pick up on this guy here. I want to like capture in this one. A couple little things, but for the most part, it's can go up to that one. Well, that's drying. This back. And that brush, where'd it go? So same thing, some of that thicker glue mix. And I'm just going to put just a little bit like in here so it almost looks like little bits are kind of stuck in the mud. So there might be. I liked it with a bit between his toes. Get some more of that. Because if this was real, I mean, you'd be tearing up tons of turf on this one foot. That rust looks really good on it. I like that. It's old and rusty. So I'll stay there. Now, like I said, I want to thin that down a bit. New cup. I'm going to get back to my palette in a second, but I'm going to take my wash brush, my trusty wash brush that I love. My favorite brush made by Citadel / Games Workshop is their wash brush. Just love it. Burped. Agrax, where are you? There it is. So, Lamia medium. So making like two dips. Let's just say that. And then taking the brush all the way down and then one. So 2 to 1, let's say. Nice transparent. And I'm just going to kind of tap that around over this. So again, it's not as shiny looking. I hope I made enough. It's going to start to bring up some of that grass. This is also going to serve to seal some of it up and tie it down a bit. I think that looks okay. Yeah, like that. Done. Hit that with a hairdryer. Let's see what it looks like. I'll just sprinkle a little bit back in there. Can almost work as a highlight. So yeah, let's just go back to this tray. Some of that glue, same stuff I was using before. A little bit of the Agrax in the glue. But I'm going to use more of this. Just as almost like some growing areas, kind of makes sense. Kind of pull them up. Now see with that wash and with the glue, it kind of exposed a little more of that mud, which is what I wanted anyway. I want to see some of that through there. I'm just kind of plopping that around. Alright, that's done. Except for the white stripe, which I don't even know if I want to do that. Yeah, I kind of have to. But we'll see. Okay, back to actual painting. Stick with that. Alright, I'm going to pick up this spot I saw, which is really easy to find if you're looking at it, so it's got to go. So I'm going to bring back some white and off-white here. It's right there. I'm going to kind of use this as an opportunity to bring back a little more of those highlights from before. Now, still it's wet, which is good. Do just a little tiny highlight. Where some of this is going to hit. Yep. Where that's not covering up. I'm going to knock back this ear just a tiny, tiny bit. The pink. That's alright. Now, well, what did I see? I saw something on this bone. This is my final, like, once over. I saw it right here. My final walkthrough. The thing that's making me nervous now is I realize I have to do the number. These stitches. So I'm going to use that same kind of rawhide color I've been using. Alright, let's see if I got a steady enough hand. It didn't work. Dried up too fast. I'm not gonna do anything fancy with this. And I just screwed up. Of course. And the very last one. Can't see it. Can a little bit. I was gonna take some black and some red. And this is gonna kind of be my my number color, I think. Yeah. All right, the number. So darkening up some. You can't see it really. Making kind of like a maroon. And I'm gonna just go for it. I want the number 31. I'll do it very kind of orky like that. Let's bring that up a little brighter. Now, I'll do just a pink. Take some yellow. Kind of just hit. I want it to look like it was done fast and by a troll. So let's bring this up a little bit. Some light yellow on the red next. Touch up a little bit with some of the browns I've been using. That's not it. Couldn't be further from it. It's been a while since I used the color. Okay. Now, back to that Agrax. It's turned out to be my go-to color for this project. I'm just going to kind of wash over the letters so they kind of sink in with the rest of it. I'm go with that. All right. All right, back to the Drakenhof Nightshade. Like I said, I was just gonna get a little bit, and I almost, yeah, I'm gonna thin it down a tiny bit of Lamian. So again, I poured a little in there, and I'm gonna take, yeah, just that much, well, a little more. Do some final kind of. Just gonna go through here. Kind of going in between. Picking out just a few of those shadows in there a little bit. Just doing a final pass here. That wasn't what I wanted. Kind of hoping this pulls out some of those right up here, especially. I felt like they're getting lost. Those scales up on this part of the collar. On his shoulder, I mean. How did I get red on his arm? Oh no, that's rust powder. That's how. Well, it looks like so we got in the wrong place there too, which is fine. All right, any other mistakes? No. All right, I noticed a couple little highlights I want to do. So the front of that helmet, the knee pad helmet, is not sitting how I want it. That's good enough. And there's a little. No, that's the silver. That highlight weird. Okay, yeah, that's what I wanted to do. So I'm gonna take some old. Just gonna take Runefang steel. Nice bright silver, and I'm just gonna hit those earrings on the very right there. And there. And that's it. Touch anything else? Maybe just one little spot there. One tiny bit there. Okay, the white line. Do I do it or not do it? It would kind of go, I was thinking just right there. Yeah, I'm going to do it. So, I'm going to use this brush. And I'm going to get some of this white that I already had going. It's like an off-white. Problem is there's some, I think, red under there, which I don't want. So I'm going to mix some of this, some off. I don't want this runny. I want it kind of chalky looking. And I'm going to go across that way. It's still a little wet because it pulled up some stuff. I'll do my best to kind of keep this straight. I kind of fade it out, tapping. Oh, that works. I think. I don't know. Get some of that old lamy in. Then go around the edges of it. The old Agrax of lamy, and there's some left. Just kind of tapping it on the edges there. Another one would probably be right there. His foot is probably no, troll foot's not a yard long. Is it? I don't know. But with that, I think I'm gonna call it done. I could put. Yeah, there's a splatter of blood too much. Probably. Let me just get some straight Agrax. Throw it next to that. Or some more mud. That's good. I'm happy with it. The number kind of sunk in. Probably needs one tiny. I feel like it's not enough. In terms of a highlight. Just take some yellow. All right. I think I'm going to call it done. Let me pop it out of there. It's not done till I get the base done. And I'm going to post some pictures later. I'll let it sit. Probably post them tomorrow. One thing I don't like. It's funny. Keep looking at it. Keep looking at it. dryer. One little thing I saw. This is just too bright. And then let's just do a little more of this. Where's my brush? Yeah, just this. I'm gonna have some of this kind of come over the edges. That's it. I think I'm going to call that finished. All right, I'm going to get these not edited up, but finally get things straightened out on YouTube and have these up. I'm going to get pictures up on Instagram later, but I think I'm happy with that. I'm going to let that sit for a little while, take a look, check one last time for anything, but I think the base turned out okay. And yeah. For me, for this old bastard, I think it's alright. I'll get better pictures up here in a bit. Thanks for joining me. We'll start on something new soon. I got hate in the mail today. I don't mean hate mail. I mean hate the game. I want to do an unboxing, but the box is so big, it wouldn't fit on my bench. And I think I might just grab a couple miniatures from it and throw them up here and see what they look like. But, wow. It's a lot of stuff. But anyway, Blood Bowl Troll completed. Thanks.